Hi everyone and welcome to another Vlogmas video. I think this is actually my 5th vlog of the month, so if you haven't seen my other 4, you should definitely go and check them out so that you understand what is going on as far as like reading and what's been happening in my life and stuff like that. But if you have already seen these videos, then welcome to another one. I think I left my phone in the other room, so to be honest with you, I don't really know what today's date is, but I'm pretty sure it is the 20th of December. I don't think I filmed at all yesterday because I think I ended my last vlog the day before yesterday, but if you watch that video, then you know that I am still currently reading Heir of Fire. I'm on page 309. I'm slowly but surely making my way through this book, but I didn't pick it up at all since my last vlog, so I don't really have anything to update you on about it in this one so far. But I will hopefully have some more to update you on as far as this book later tonight, because today is actually my last day off before Christmas, so I work all rest of this week right through Christmas Eve, so I'm really going to try and get a lot of stuff done today, so hopefully that will include quite a bit of reading. But since I don't have much like reading stuff to update you on, I figured there are a couple of other things that I wanted to do at the beginning of this vlog, one of which is open a couple more days of my sock advent calendar. So I left my chocolate one in the kitchen because, spoiler alert, if you watched the last vlog you'll know that we finally found a crackle bar, which I feel like was the only point in me opening that chocolate calendar because it's a bit anticlimactic at this point. So I'm kind of over it, and I think we're just going to stick with the sock calendar as of right now. So I have opened up to day 7, and being that we're like, what, 5 days away from Christmas, I feel like we can open up 2 days worth of socks today. So on this day we have Cinderella on it, but I don't think the pictures on the outside correspond with what the actual sock is. However, this sock is blue, which is one of my favorite characters, so I'm already very excited for it. Did I just say blue was my favorite character? I meant to say it was my favorite color, but I think I said character, which is embarrassing. This sock is blue, which is one of my favorite characters. But here we have Moana. We have Moana socks. So again, they're going with this very like simple, just like sketched color look with these socks. Like there's not a lot of coloring going on. They've been a lot of just like sketches of the characters, which I like. And this is probably one of my favorite shades of blue, to be honest with you. So I'm very happy about those ones. On day 9 here, we have a bigger box. So this is going to be one of the not ankle socks. I still don't know what they're called. Cruise socks? Is that what they're called? The taller ones? So in this one, it looks like we have a like lavender pair of socks. I can't tell who this is. Oh, it's Jasmine, one of my favorite princesses. So we've got some Jasmine socks, and again, it's very simple when it comes to the coloring, where just her outfit is colored in like a mint green color. So those are the 2 socks that we got today, and I think that is all that I will open for now, because maybe tomorrow or something we can open 2 more socks. But the other thing that I wanted to do in this vlog was actually unbox a Disney showcase figure. So this came in the mail the other day, and this is actually a figure that I already owned, and I will show you what she looks like. So she's actually one of my favorite Disney figures that I have, and it is Anna in her coronation dress. But as you can tell, something has gone slightly wrong. So yeah, accidents happen. I'm not going to say who broke this, but the person that did was kind enough to gift me another one of these figures, because this is one of my favorite like Disney figures, and Anna is one of my favorite princesses. So I thought we could do a little unboxing of the figure on camera, and I really hope that she is not broken. I actually sell a lot of these Disney showcase figures. Like this one that I have, I got from my own store. This is like an older figure, so we don't sell her in the store anymore. We just sell the new ones. So we actually got this one from, I think, Amazon. But what I know from selling these figures is that I always have to open the boxes before I send them home with the customers, because sometimes you'll open them and they will just be decapitated right out of the box. So I really hope that that is not going to be the case with this one. So here she is. And yeah, she's all nice and put together. She's got her head attached to her body and her arms are also intact. So she looks really pretty. She is definitely one of my favorite Disney showcase pieces that I have. She's got like the actual ribbon coming out of her hair and she's got like little pearl earrings on. The stone on her necklace actually looks like a real kind of gemstone. She's got her fan, of course, and then even on the bottom, like the ruffles on her dress, you can really tell all of the detailing and stuff on them. So yeah, I'm really happy that she came out of the box not broken. So she's going back onto my shelf today. Sad times for this Anna. I don't really know what I'm going to do with her because I actually feel really bad like just throwing her out, but also like she's broken, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with her. If y'all have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's all I really have to update you on as of right now. I just finished filming a video, and then I think me and my mom are going to try to do a little bit of like last minute Christmas shopping today. My mom has finally been able to like walk around a little bit more, so I think we're gonna go to the mall so she can like walk around a little bit, like not too much, but she hasn't been out of the house in like ages, so I think it'll be good for her to like walk around the mall a little bit. So those are my plans for today, and then tonight I think I might do my final round of wrapping Christmas presents, which I always love to do, and I think you guys like my little wrapping paper montages in my videos as well. So yeah, that is all I have to tell you right now, and we'll just wait and see when I get around to updating you next. Hi guys, so it is now the next night. It is almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and all I have gotten done today is gone to work and gone to the grocery store. It has been a very long day, which is why I feel like I look extra frazzled tonight. Could just be me, or I could look like this always and I'm just very aware of it tonight, but I feel like I look like I've had a long day, and it's because I have. So I wanted to update you guys last night because that's when I actually got some reading done. So I'm now on page 332 of Airfire. There's still not much that I can say as far as updating you on like my thoughts of this book because I'm still enjoying it. I'm definitely not enjoying it as much as the other books in the series because, like I mentioned in either my last vlog or the one before, the thing that I really love about the series is the characters and watching the characters interact with each other. And in this book, without giving too much away, the characters for the most part are separated from each other, so we don't really get to see their interactions, which is like my favorite part. So I'm definitely not enjoying it as much as the other ones, but I am still definitely into it enough that I want to read the rest of the series and see how it all plays out. So yeah, that is about all for my reading update. But another reason that I didn't update you guys again yesterday was because we nearly had tragedy when it came to my video camera, because for a good second there, actually for like many hours, I thought that my YouTube journey had come to an end because my camera had just finally conked out on me. So basically what had happened was yesterday I had filmed a plain old sit-down video, like right before I had filmed the update that started off this vlog. I had filmed a video, and usually whenever I film my videos I will leave my camera set up and take the SD card out and import the footage onto my computer just to quickly see if the footage is like okay, if it's in focus. I test the audio, like make sure that nothing went funny with the audio, so that just in case something did, my camera is still set up in the same position and everything, and I can just refilm whatever I need to. So I had imported the footage, and I realized that I totally forgot to take any thumbnail pictures. So I finished letting the footage import, and I took my SD card out of my computer and I put it back into the camera. I turned the camera on, and my camera said, "No SD card in camera." And I was like, yes, there is. So I was like, maybe this is a fluke thing. So I turned my camera off and I turned it back on, and it still said no SD card in camera. So I was like, maybe after all of these years, I somehow have put my SD card into the camera incorrectly. So I took it out, put it back in, still said no SD card in camera. At this point, I was just repeating the same things over again. I was like turning my camera off, turning it back on, taking the SD card out, putting it back in. I was like, did I accidentally turn on the lock thing on the SD card, or like what in the world is going on? After about 2 minutes of doing what the definition of insanity is, which is repeating the same thing, expecting a different result, I was beginning to think that it was my camera that was definitely just on the fritz, because my camera is many, many years old. It's constantly like overheating. It has lots of problems, so I thought this was just its final time, and I got really, really frustrated about it. But my mom was like, maybe it's just like a fluke thing. Let's go out and go Christmas shopping, and when we come back, maybe it will have just resolved itself and it was just a fluke thing. So we went out, and the entire time we were out, I was like, what the heck am I going to do if my camera has finally died on me? Because I definitely cannot afford to buy another camera. So we came back home, I turned my camera on, and the same thing happened. It said no SD card in camera. So I finally took my SD card out one more time, and this time I actually looked at it a little bit closer, and that is when I noticed that a corner of the SD card had actually broken off somewhere. So I felt a little bit better at that point, because I was like, at least it wasn't my camera that was broken, it's the SD card. But then I was worried like where the piece was that was missing, like if it was lodged in my camera or if it was lodged in my adapter, which that's a fun thing because MacBooks no longer come with SD ports, so I have to use an adapter whenever I put the footage onto my laptop. So I was like looking at my camera to see if there was like a piece stuck in there, and I was like, what if I can't get the piece out, then my camera's broken anyway, or I'll have to buy like a new adapter. But luckily I took my adapter and I just shook it and the piece like flew out onto my desk. So again, felt a little bit better about that, but then I was like, now I can't film until I go buy another SD card, because unprofessional here, I've been working off of the same SD card for like the past 5 years, so I don't have like a spare one. But luckily, my mom, being the angel that she is, I went up to her and I was like, so, remember a couple months ago when you asked me what I wanted for Christmas and I said another SD card? You didn't happen to buy me one, did you? And luckily she had, and so she went like digging through my presents, which she had already wrapped, and she was trying to figure out which one was the SD card, and she actually picked the wrong one at first, and she gave me something that literally it looked like an SD card, like it was the exact same size and like shape of one, but it was actually a pin. So that was a little bonus present that I ended up opening, but finally she was able to find the SD card, which is what we are using right now so that I can actually film this video. Another reason that I didn't update you guys again last night is because my mother and I started watching Hawkeye on Disney Plus, which we're on episode 4, and I am absolutely loving this show. I wasn't really interested in watching it at first because Hawkeye is not one of my favorite characters, and frankly, like, the trailer for the show didn't super intrigue me. However, like growing up and like all through high school, I actually did archery, so I was very drawn to the show just for that reason, and I'm actually really loving it. I really like the humor in it. I love the little like Easter eggs sort of things and references to the other characters and stuff like that, so I'm really, really loving this show. But it's definitely cutting into my reading time and like doing other things, because like I also did not wrap any presents last night like I think I said I was going to, so we're definitely going to do that tonight because I really need to wrap some presents and make sure that I have like enough gift bags or tissue paper or whatever, because I only have oh so many days to pick that stuff up. So the other little reading update that I have for you is that I picked up some new reading material at work today. Not at my work. I actually found what I'm about to show you at Five Below for $5. But something that I've been doing recently is kind of reminiscing about the stuff that I used to read when I was a kid and like when I first started reading books and things like that, and like the different genres that I enjoyed and the tropes and stuff like that that I read. But something that I was really, really into as a kid was reading comic books, which is a bit strange because if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've tried reading graphic novels over the years and they have not been my jam. So I was like, why is that something that I enjoyed so much as a child in like comic book form, but like an actual graphic novel for some reason I can't get into? So because I've been like thinking about it, I wanted to give graphic novels another chance. So like I said, at Five Below, I actually found this graphic novel. This is Han Solo. I'll be honest, I don't know much about this book in particular and like when in the Star Wars universe it takes place, but I looked on Goodreads and some of my friends that I follow, they had read this book and rated it quite highly, so I have pretty high hopes for this. But like I said, I've just been like in the mood to read like a comic book, so this seemed like a good one to pick up. And like I said, it was only $5, so I feel a bit better about spending my money on it because I didn't like spend a whole lot of money on something that there's a chance I might not like. So I think I'm actually going to pick this up tonight because I'm definitely falling behind on my reading challenge and I really want to complete it before the end of the year. So I think I can probably read this in like 1 or 2 sittings. So wrapping presents and reading this graphic novel are my plans for tonight. But before I sign off, I thought we would open another one of my sock advent calendar days. So we are on day 10, which says Be Our Guest, and it's another one of the like longer cruise socks. So, oh my goodness, these are super cute, and I just spotted there is Mushu on here, so I know that this is going to be Mulan. I don't know if you can really see the full effect of it, but it is Mulan with her sword. So yeah, that is all for tonight, and I will hopefully update you guys sometime soon. Guys, so it is now actually Christmas Eve. It's a little past 8 p.m. and my camera battery just started flashing, which is just typical of one of my vlogs. So it's definitely been like a good 2 days since the last time that I vlogged. To be completely frank with you, I've been having a depressive couple of 2 days. Not because anything has happened, but just because I've been probably in my own head a little bit too much. So that's why I haven't really filmed anything. However, I think this is probably going to be my final update for this vlog, and then I will start another one tomorrow on Christmas Day. But before we close out this video, I wanted to talk about Han Solo because I did read the entirety of this the other day when I had talked about it. So I am officially confused as to what I think about graphic novels. So to give you a little bit more backstory, because frankly I don't remember exactly how much I explained about my history with graphic novels whenever the last time was that I updated you, but like I had said, I read a lot of comic books as a kid, and I absolutely loved reading them. I read things like Archie and Friends and like the different spin-off series like Betty and Veronica and Jughead and stuff like that, and I remember reading like a couple of DC related comics and maybe like Marvel a little bit and like Bugs Bunny and things like that, like Scooby-Doo comics, things that were really like easy to read, but nonetheless I never really had an issue reading them, and I loved reading them. Like I had stacks of comic books that I would get at Borders Books specifically, and I absolutely loved reading them. Then over the past like probably 6 years, ever since I've had my booktube channel, I have tried picking up graphic novels over the years, and I've tried picking up things that I'm already familiar with that I thought that I would immediately love. Like I read a Doctor Who comic book or graphic novel. I'd read a couple of other Star Wars ones in the past, and for some reason with every single graphic novel I picked up, I didn't completely dislike them, but I really struggled with the formatting of them, specifically when it came to the dialogue and like the speech bubbles. For some reason it did not come easy to my brain in what order I'm supposed to read the speech bubbles in. Like there were several things about it that the formatting didn't work for my brain, but I just remember that the speech bubbles were like the worst part for me, and I don't know why. So because it didn't like flow, graphic novels always felt extremely like clunky to read, so it just wasn't a pleasant experience, and it made it really hard to like appreciate the story and stuff like that. So like I had said, I was feeling nostalgic for the kind of comic books that I used to read as a kid, so I picked this up on a whim, and I loved this book. I would probably give it 4 out of 5 stars because it's not quite on like a 5-star book level, but I think I struggled for like the first 2 pages when it came to the formatting and reading it and stuff like that, but once I got into it, I had absolutely no problems reading this book, and like it flowed completely fine for me. So I'm really confused as to whether it's just been the other books that I read, the other graphic novels that I read, like were they written differently than this one where I did struggle with them, or like have I finally grown out of that phase where my brain now understands how to read a graphic novel? I don't really know, but either way, I really enjoyed reading this. Now that I've read it, I can tell you a little bit more of what it's about. I really hope my camera doesn't just abruptly stop on me because the battery, like I said, is flashing. But this book takes place between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. We are mainly following, well, we're basically exclusively following Han Solo as he goes on a mission for the rebellion, and for the mission, his like undercover thing that he's doing is he's participating in something called the Dragon Void, which is a starship race that he has like dreamed of winning. So he was like apprehensive about doing this thing for the rebellion at first, but then when he hears that he can participate in this race, he's like all for it. So that's basically what the premise of this book is, but I super enjoyed this and I just had such a fun time reading it. So I'm so in the mood to pick up some more graphic novels. So like today when I went to work, I went to Barnes & Noble and I was looking at their graphic novel section. It was very overwhelming for me. So if anybody has any recommendations for other graphic novels to pick up, leave them for me in the comment section. I would like to pick up some other like Star Wars graphic novels. Some of my favorite characters that I would love to read about is like Anakin Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo. Those are like my 3 favorite characters. And I also would really love to get into reading like the DC and the Marvel comics because like I said, I'd read like some of them when I was a kid, but they were definitely like things targeted for kids. I'd like to pick up some of the more like adult graphic novels that are like the main ones for people that want to get into reading that, but like I said, I have like no idea where to start and it's all very overwhelming. I was thinking about picking up the Umbrella Academy graphic novels because I do really enjoy that TV show, so I think that would be a nice like familiar thing for me to pick up. But yeah, if any of you guys have any recommendations for graphic novels, please let me know in the comments because I have no idea where to start. I also love horror, so that's one of the other ones that I had picked up over the years was Sandman by Neil Gaiman, because I thought if I'm going to enjoy any graphic novel, one by Neil Gaiman that's also a horror would probably be a good one. But that was another one that for some reason it just felt really clunky for me to read and I just didn't really get along with it. It also was a good like 100 pages into the graphic novel that I realized that it even took place in the DC universe. I literally had no idea for the majority of reading that book. So that's basically all of the updates I have for you for now. I did read a little bit more of Heir of Fire, but really not all that much, and I still don't really have any other things to say about it. Today I went to work in my pajamas, my Christmas Grinch pajamas, so this is what I'm going to wear to bed and also wake up in on Christmas morning, so just in case you were curious. But yeah, that is all for this vlog because I feel like it is probably getting kind of long at this point. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!